Listen, folks, this is a little bonus. I don't do many blogs anymore. I do live social media, I do television shows every day, but I have such a special guest. And as I was interviewing Dr. Julia Schulenberg, a dear friend of ours, every family member has been to see her. She's local here in Dallas. This is a bachelor's degree registered nurse. She is also a naturopathic doctor. And the friends we send to her are getting such great results. And here we have 4 or 5 minute segments we're doing on TV. And just when you start rolling, oh, Doug, electromagnetic fields, or 90% of my patients have gut, we got to cut you off. End of the 4-minute segment, right? We got to go to a break. Here we don't have to do that. So I wanted all of you to benefit from letting me flip the switch on her back to on and letting Dr. Julia teach us what she knows. And I want to start with something we did a short segment on, but you really needed more time. And that is electromagnetic fields. Do you have a smart meter on your home? Are you always sick? Do you have Wi-Fi and you're noticing you're like this? Do you have a cell phone that has a speakerphone yet you don't use it? You don't hold it back like that. You use it right here where your brain is. So take it away, Dr. Julia. You know a lot about this.
Okay. In regards to the electromagnetic fields, I think I mentioned before, pulsetechresearch.com has a lot of research on that, but it's all about electropollution. So electropollution is really the chaos that we're surrounded by from satellites and radio frequencies and the cell towers, the power lines, the 4G, 5G networks, and also the cell phones and the Wi-Fi's in our house, the smart meters, everything electronic, the computers, because there's only a very small spectrum of healthy waveforms that our body needs to survive and also to be healthy. And anything above that, from 60 hertz to thousands of hertz, it just causes chaos in our brains. And that chaos in our brains is then causes a central nervous system irritability, and irritability to the sympathetic nervous system, which then when that occurs, then the enteric nervous system becomes irritable, and then when the enteric nervous system becomes irritable, then it reduces the hypogastric ganglions function in our bodies. That's in the large intestines, and it reduces the production of enzymes from the pancreas, and it causes that digestive problem that people have. But then that EMF also then fuels...
EMF, electromagnetic field.
The EMF, the electromagnetic fields, it's a high frequency electromagnetic fields. It also fuels fungi that's in our bodies as well. So then there can be hundreds of fungi, and then it can be thousands. And then it also fuels the growth of other pathogens, other bacteria as well. So it's harming the body, it's harming our body, it's reducing the immune system of our body, but then it's strengthening and fueling the energy of the pathogens, such as the fungi and other bacteria. And then you have on top of that heavy metals that's in a person's system, and then the heavy metals then also makes us more sensitive to the electromagnetic fields.
How do we get these metals? I always hear that. Do you have heavy metals, Doug? I don't know. How do we get them in us?
Heavy metals such as mercury, lead, chromium, nickel, cadmium. I mean, that's just to name a few, but it's we consume them in our foods, in the water system. We'll breathe it in the air. It's around it. It's all around us, really. So I really
mercury fillings, for example.
Yes, those old amalgams.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's in cosmetics. It's in skin products. It's some of it in some antiperspirants, some toothpaste. I mean, personal care products. Okay, so anyway, I have some more information on that on my website, actually, toxins in personal care products.
Let me start at a different way here. Thank you for that information. What made Dr. Julia Schulenberg go from, bachelor's degree in nursing, earning big money, and saying, I'm going to throw the dice? Why would someone go from that position, a respected nurse running a department, to starting your own business as a brand new, back then kind of controversial, naturopathic doctor? I refer to NDs, naturopathic doctors, but what led to that decision?
Well, it became a calling, but before it became a calling, it was actually personal experience because I had health issues. My son had health issues, and as an RN back then, I believed in mainstream medicine, and I still do when for
There's
acute,
a place for it, sure.
yeah, there's a place for it for surgery and emergency medicine and all that, and also as a bridge in order to get healthy. But it's always temporary. But then I didn't get my questions answered when my son had some health problems. I didn't get my own questions answered. I didn't want surgery, so I started looking for alternative ways to get well. We got well, so then after that, then I started researching and pursuing it even more. After that, then I just felt this inner calling that I needed to help other people. In this manner, and also I've always had a holistic view of medicine and of wellness, and that was something I could not practice in the hospital settings that I was in, and I